Okay. Let's stand. I like the warming up, doing all the time the same thing, using the Pavlov reflex, because your body will know that you have to warm up. Okay, so let me just adjust the camera angle. I hope that you can hear the music. I can't really hear, so I'm not sure if I'm following it, but just breathe in and out, in and out, and head side to side, semi-head roll, and the last one. Okay, roll your shoulders a little bit backwards with your arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bars. The shoulders. 2, 3, 4 with your arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hands together. Little bit your wrist. Back and forth. And your arms on the side, your elbows. And back. Okay, wine straddle, doing a few squats before we do the normal exercise for the middle splits, and just hold. Hands down, move your bum side to side. And hold it on one side. Rotate, extend the front leg and bend. Lift your toes if you need. And just hold it down. Step closer, extend the two legs. Rotate to the middle, bend the other leg. And rotate. Extend the front and bend. Lift your toes if it's necessary. And hold it down. Step closer, extend the two legs. Rotate to the middle, hands together on the floor. And twist up and down. Oh. Why not? 2 more. Okay. Close your legs a little bit. Hands on the knees and round and arch your back. And roll up and down 4 times only. Okay, the last one. Good. Standing position. We'll just roll our hips 8 times in each direction. So 8 times to the right, 8 times to the left. Okay, just hip rolls, big slow circles, and then back 8 times. Okay, then if you need to, I guess you will need to hold something, because we will just swing one leg back and forth. So this one is 10 times, and then you need to switch side and again swing. Try not to arch your back. Okay, so we are not doing this. Engage your core and just your hip flexor and your glutes. So 10 times on both sides. When it's done, then we will try to rotate to the camera, and we will do this leg swing in front of us. Okay, so the leg is not back and forth. The leg is just moving across the body. This one is 10 times again. And then when you are done, switching side and do it on the other side. You can bend the standing leg if you need. Then if it's done, stay still in standing position, and we will make circles. Okay, 8 times outwards and then 8 times inwards, and then switching side, 8 times to the back, 8 times forwards. If you are done, then at first feet are parallel. Okay, what you will, and feet are parallel and hips apart. Okay, what you need to do, 8 times squat, okay, in that position, then straddle, feet are rotated outwards, you need to follow the feet with the knees, and doing 8 times squat with this straddle position. So 8 times with parallel feet, then 8 times with in a straddle position. Try to keep, when you're doing the parallel, yes, keep the knees together. I mean, that's close to each other, so don't move. And in the straddle, try to go as deep as you can. And then you can just stand and shaking your legs a little bit. Okay, when you're done with the shapes, then we will do a wider straddle. We will bend one leg and we will move to the other side and back. I don't know if you can see that my body is at one line. I'm not lifting and going down, so I'm just moving from side to side a little bit. Okay, so this one is 8 times on each side. So back and forth is 1. Try not to extend your legs when you are sliding. And then you can shake your legs again when you are done. Just relaxing a little bit because we will have another squat position before we go down to the floor. I mean, that's fully floor. We are on the floor. So what we need to do, feet are parallel. Okay, I'm just showing it from, and hips apart. So at first we will try to touch the floor with the hands. We will move the bum down, keeping the heel or both heels are on the floor and keeping the hands on the floor, and chest is on the legs, and we will try to lift the bum. At the beginning we don't need to straight the legs and going down, and again lift. I will try to extend more and more the legs in each lift. This one is 10 times. Try to keep the chest as close as you can to your side. And keep your heels on the floor. This one is important. Then when you are done with the 10, then just go back to squat position and hold. To the low squat, I mean. Okay, when you're done with the 10 and you held a little bit that position, then we will extend the legs and just a little bit hang. Okay, trying to hang. Hold it for 10 seconds, and then you can go down and sit on your bum and roll or shake your legs a little bit. Okay, then just sit and just roll your knees. So rolling the knees are all the time our relaxing position. Okay, so I would say that we never stop. We're all the time rolling the knees, trying to relax the muscles and also the nerves, preparing for the other stuff. Then what we will do? We will use a yoga block. Rotate the camera angle a little bit. No, that's fine. I will show it here. What you will need, we are in a kneeling position. I will go closer. I will try to show it here. So what you will do, yoga block, you can hold something with the inside hand. Then I will step on this yoga block and I'm holding myself. I will lift that leg, move it on a big circle, down. And then big circle back, stepping on the yoga block. Big circle, you need to keep the knee as high as you can through this rotation. I don't have anything to hold. So just big circle back and forth. This one 10 times on each side. And you can use something under your knees if you have hard floor. Try to fix your upper body. Sorry. Try not to lean sideways. So you really need to fix the upper body, fixing your core and moving the legs only from the hips and the hip flexors. So 10 times on each side, please. So we are working a little bit on the hip mobility. When you are done, just sit on your bum and again roll your knees. Yes, Ebony disappeared. Okay, if it's done, going on your hands and on your knees, the donkey kick style. Okay, what we will do, we will lift the legs, not the legs, just the leg, backwards. Okay, so we will lift that leg, the hip. So I'm not arching my back, I'm pulling my spine back to, no, the belly button to the spine. Lift the leg, the hip and the knee at one level, and then we try to move that leg to the side and then back, moving to the side and back. I'm not dropping my knee. Okay, everything is at the same level. Okay, just moving that knee back and forth 10 times on each side, and then you can sit and roll your knees. Hi, Mega. I don't know if you could see the exercise, what we need. So in a donkey kick position, I mean that on your hands on your knee, lifting one leg, keeping the knee at the same position, pulling it to your shoulder, and then move it back. We need to keep the knee at the same level and rotating in the same time. Okay, 10 times on each side. Keep the knee at the same level and rotate. 10 times on each side, please. Good, and just roll, roll, roll. Okay, sorry, Mega. I didn't know. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, after that, what I wanted to do, the same position. Sorry, Mega, maybe you will skip that exercise as well. Staying on your knees and on your hands, we will move one leg to the side, so toes are on the floor. What we will do, we will rotate the foot up, heel is down, and we will lift the leg in that position. Okay, so foot up, heel down, and I will lift that 10 times and then switching side and do this again on the same side. Try, when you are lifting, try not to move your hips to the side. If you can just lift a little bit, then it's totally fine. If you need yoga blocks under your hands, you can use yoga blocks to protect your wrist. Oh yes, Anita is doing that. Okay, I hope it's not cramping. If it's cramping, then you can just a little bit move back, shake your muscles, and continue. And keep the hips over the floor base knee when you are doing this. So try not to move your, try not to move your hips sideways. When it's done, sit and roll your knees again. Only 10 times. You can drink a little bit if you need. Okay, so you can drink anytime when you have a little break. Then, going on your back. I guess you can see me. Yes, you can see. Extending the legs and just open, close, open, close. This one is 15 times. Keep the feet over the hips. Ah, Lydia is missing. I know. Okay, 15 times. Then feet down, rolling your knees. After that, we remain in this position, lifting your legs. Feet together. I will show you from the side. My legs are bent, slightly bent. Okay, feet over my hips. So I'm not holding it like this or not lifting my bar. So feet together. Okay, we need to squeeze the feet together and I will just open and close the knees. This one is 40 times. Okay, open, close, open, close, open, close. So this one is fast. Just 40 times. Engage the foot or feet, keep them together and just open your knees and close. I know it's at the beginning is weird, but it's a very good exercise. Then if it's done, feet down. And just rolling your knees. Then what I would like to have, the long resistance band. I stay on my back. I will hook my foot, wrap the rubber band around my leg, and I will just extend and bend, holding the rubber band at the same position, and I will just extend and bend my leg. This one is 15 times, and then I need to switch side, and 15 times again. Okay, keep your foot close to the floor, so the foot is moving in a horizontal line. But if you don't have, you can just simply push. Imagine that you're pushing something with your foot and back, push and back. So let's do it on each side. Yes, Mega? Do you need help? What we need? Yeah, we are just on the back. The rubber band is yes, and just extend, bend when you are on your back. Try to keep the foot when it's moving in a horizontal line, so not pushing up and down, up and down. When it's done and when you roll your knees, you can grab the crook of the knees and sit up. Okay, and then we will sit in a, I just call it a zigzag sit when the two legs are bent. Okay, and what we will do, feet are engaged, we will roll the knees. At first just doing the knee rolling 10 times, and then what we will do, then when we rotate it, one leg will be moved across over the other one, and again rolling and moving that leg across and back. So I need to engage my core, so I'm not running my back. So, and it should be fully straight. If you don't have space for this leg around, then just do 20 times the knee rolling. Okay, if you have space, 10 times with just your knees, and then 10 times with the legs when you are extending the leg. Probably you will move in this position. Try to keep the hands in front of you, not next to the body, because I want your hips working actively, what we need for the middle splits. Okay, when we are done, then let's do a little butterfly. Okay, so feet together. At first, push your feet a little bit away from the pelvis and just a little applause. Okay, then you need to grab your ankle and using your elbows and pushing the knees down to the floor. This one is just gentle at the beginning, not too strong. Okay, then again, go back pulses. Then what you will do is doing the same thing, grabbing the ankle, pushing down the elbows, but in the same time, we will try to lean forwards a little bit. Okay, but again, we will do that with straight back, so not with rounded back. Okay, straight back, leaning forwards, closing the chest to the foot, and pushing down the knees, holding it for 10 seconds. Okay, you have to count. When it's done, again, little pulses, just move your legs. Then pulling the feet closer to your pelvis. Doing the same thing, we will leaning forwards, pushing down the knees with the elbows. Okay, we will try to do it with straight back. And hold it for 15 seconds this time. You have to count. And try to breathe. Try not to bend your neck. Okay, then back. Now hands behind the body, moving your legs and rolling your knees. This one is slow. Okay, just pulling back your bones. Okay, sit in a pigeon position. What does that mean? One leg is bent in front of the body, other leg is straight. If you need a yoga block under your bum, you can do that. Okay, you can sit on the yoga block and having the pigeon position. But this one will be a little bit tricky because what we will need to do, So try to use the yoga block like this when you are sitting on it, not like this. Okay, this way. So you will sit on the yoga block. If you need the yoga block, we are in the pigeon position. Hands are in front of the body. And what you will do, we will rotate the back foot upwards, then rolling back the hips down to the floor. And again, rolling up and down. If you need the yoga block, use the yoga block. Okay, so this one, the rolling back and forth 10 times. And then we need to hold the last position when our hips facing downwards for 15 seconds. Okay, it's really up to you. If you don't need the yoga block, you can do it like this. Keep that leg extended. When you are rotating, the knee should face downwards fully and back. Rotating and back. Okay, this one 10 times. And then hold the pigeon position for 15 seconds. I will check when everyone is in the pigeon position and holding it. And I will tell you the next exercise after this. When the 15 seconds done, we need to lean forward and hold it for another 15 seconds. And then you can come out from the position and just rolling your knees. So rolling 10 times, hold the pigeon 15 seconds, then lean forward for 15 seconds. And then when it's done, you are just sit and roll your knees, and you will need to do that on the other side as well. Okay, again, 10 times rolling, hold the pigeon 15 seconds with upright body, and then leaning forwards 15 seconds. When you're done with the 15 seconds, hold. I'm just telling you the next exercise. We will need socks if your floor is not slippery. Okay, we will need to get into the half frog position or half split position. So one leg is bent. You can use yoga blocks under your hands if it's necessary. Other leg is extended sideways. And I will slide my leg to the side and pull it back. Slide and pull it back. Slide and pull it back. What is important? I keep my hips over the knee, so I'm not leaning forward or I'm not sitting. Okay, so this one 10 times, pulling sideways and back. You need to use your muscles actively. Then when it's done, 10 times on the other side. Okay, I'm just showing you the next exercise when you are ready. So I'm using yoga blocks under my hands, but it's up to you. You can simply rest on the floor with your hands. We will do the same thing, but this time the leg is not sideways. The leg is in front of us. And what we will do, we will again slide and back. We don't need to do any splits, any front splits. What would be the most important thing? That when you are sliding forward, you actively use your hip muscles, pull back this leg, okay? And using your abs as well when you are moving that leg forward and pulling it back. Extend or slide forwards and pull it back 10 times and then switch side, and we need to do the same thing. Okay, so it's not a front split, but you need to use your abs, your glutes actively when you're pulling back that leg. Keep that leg extended in front of you and just use your, so what I'm doing, I'm not doing this. That leg is extended. I'm engaging that knee and then moving forward and pull it back. Lean, moving forward and pull it back. And I'm using my core base leg and I'm using my abs. I'm using my glutes. I'm using my hips. Yes, so 10 times and the other side. Then we will get into the froggy position. When you are done with the 10-10, just sit and roll your knees and I will know that you are ready. Okay, next exercise, full frog position. So I'm on my knees. You can use yoga blocks under your hands if it's necessary. At first, I'm doing it with straight back. So you can go on your forearms. I'm widening my legs, keeping the shins parallel to each other. And at first, I will just roll backwards and forwards 10 times with straight back. Then I will arch my back and do the same thing 10 times. Okay, so in total 20 times. And then you can roll on your tummy and just roll your hips from side to side. Okay, frog position, 10 times back and forth with straight back. Then with arch back, 10 times again, back and forth. And then just rolling on your tummy, closing your legs, and roll your hips. And then just stay on your, well, you can sit, you can stay on your tummy, it's really up to you. Okay, and after that, I will measure the time and you need to stay in the froggy position for 30 seconds. Okay, when you are done, when you feel ready, at first you don't need to use yoga blocks if you don't want under your, I think we shouldn't. Let's use it in the second round. Okay, so froggy position again. Let me know when you are in the position and I will measure the 30 seconds. So I will start it in 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. You can you can do the straight back or arching your back. It's really up to you. Just at your level. We are at half the time. Try to breathe and just hold that position. Try to go down. Only 5 seconds left. And done. Roll on your tummy. Close your legs. Roll your hips from side to side. A little break. And we will do it one more time. This time, if you want, you can use the yoga blocks under your knees, okay, in the froggy. So what does that mean? That I'm holding like this. I will keep my knees and hips at the same, or in one line, or at the same line. Okay, so I'm not leaning forwards, just holding it. If you want, you can do it at first with one yoga block under one knee and then you can switch. We will do 2 more rounds, 2 more 30 seconds. Okay, so get into the position. And 3, 2, 1, and start. I just wanted to wait for everybody. I know the others are holding it since 1 minute. So sorry. Okay, half the time. Just try to breathe and go deeper and deeper and deeper. Widen your legs and only 5 seconds left. And 3, 2, 1, done. Roll on your tummy. Roll your hips. Yeah, Sam's doggy is there. Okay, and if you feel ready, let's do one more round. Okay? So, do it without or with the yoga blocks or yoga block. It's really up to you. This time you can close your feet. Okay, so what I mean. So now shins are not parallel. We will close the feet and doing in that position. Okay, but it's up to you. If you don't want to do that way because it's too hard, then you can keep your shins are parallel. So in the position, 3, 2, 1, and start. 30 seconds. Try not to bend your neck. Check your hands in front of you. And try to breathe in, and when you breathe out, imagine that you are pushing your legs away. Okay, you are trying to touch the walls in your room. Okay, only 7 seconds left. Maybe we will 5 more seconds. Okay, let's do 5 more seconds. And now done. You can come out from the position, roll on your tummy, and just roll your hips, roll your legs. Okay, before we would get into the middle split position, what I would like you to do, so now you can get into a downward dog. What we will do, lift one leg, step next to your hand and get into a deep lunge and back. Then lift the other leg and the lunge, drop your hips and back and switch sides. So this one is only 4 times on each side. Okay, lift and step next to your hand. Drop your hips and back to downward dog. And lift the other leg. So 4 times on each side. Just to have some different things. Moving the muscles, what we will need in the middle splits. So 4 times. When you are ready, just sit and roll your knees. Okay, when it's done, then go on your back, wide straddle. Feet are rotated downwards. We will put the hands on the knees, and at first just 20 pulses, and then you need to hold and pulling the legs down and hold it for 10 seconds. Okay, so 20 pulses, hold it for 10 seconds, and then you can close your legs and move the legs a little bit, and I will know that you are ready. Okay, the next round will be the same. Again, 20 pulses, but you need to hold it for 20 seconds. If your hips are so flexy, you can use a yoga block under your hips. So getting on your back, lifting your bum, one yoga block under your hips, and do the same thing in that way. So 20 pulses, and then just hold, 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 pull the legs down using your arms actively and hold it for 20 seconds. You have to count. Try to keep the legs extended. Try to keep the feet and the hips in one line. So what? So we are not doing this. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm not doing this. I'm keeping the legs and the feet at one line, and I'm doing this. If I can open my legs just that wide, it's fine. I need to keep it, just don't move them forwards. Hold it for 20 seconds. Oh, Deb, are you okay? Okay, okay, that's fine. Ah, okay, that's great. Sorry, I thought that's something. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, when you are done, just close your legs, move your legs a little bit.
When you do that, Sylvia, do you want to try to keep your lower back stay on the ground?
Yes, please.
Yep.
Except your hips are on a yoga block, or your bum is in a yoga block. Okay, we have a few more minutes, so if you are done, close your legs, roll your knees, and then get into a seated position, please. I would like you to do the same thing now using the gravitation. Okay, if you want, you can use the yoga blocks under your hands, or you can use the yoga block under your ankle or heel, because if you do, or if you don't need that, you can just hold yourself and we will lower the hips down to the floor. You can stay on your forearms. What will be really important again, the feet and the hips at the same level when I'm lowering myself down, and hold the position. If I can't hold myself on the hands or on the forearms, I can use yoga blocks. There is another way to support yourself, putting the yoga blocks under your knees. Okay, you can also support yourself stand with a standing yoga blocks. I don't know if you can see. It's really up to you how to do that. So this one is for supporting your body if you are not that flexy. If you want to make the harder version, you can put the yoga blocks under your heels. Okay, and we will do 2 rounds of this, 2 times 30 seconds. Okay, so get into the position. You decide which version you are doing. So, and we will start 3, 2, 1, and start 30 seconds. And try to breathe. Okay, this one is super important. Breathing and imagining that you're sliding your legs further and further, engaging your legs and pushing them sideways. Only 5 seconds left. And done. Roll on your tummy, close your legs, roll your legs, roll your hips. And we will do a second round, same thing like this. So getting into a middle split position. Now, please. You can use the yoga blocks supporting your legs to adjust the level of difficulty. Okay, and so we will start in 3, 2, 1, and start. Nice split, Mega. Good, ladies. Hold it, hold it, hold it. 15 seconds. Try to breathe. Try to imagine that you're pushing your legs actively sideways. Let's do a 5 seconds extra. Okay. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Roll on your tummy, roll your legs, roll your hips, closing your legs. And I will have a funny exercise. Just do it, let's say, stay on your tummy, okay? What you will need to do, hands under the chin, bye. Then what we will do, bending one leg, we will rotate that knee sideways and I will try to move that knee up and down. Okay, the knee shouldn't touch the floor, only 5 times and then switch side and do it on the other side. I know it's super hard. Okay, move it. Yes, try to keep the hips down and just work from your hip. Working from your glutes. And what we did until now, opening the hips. Yes, try to keep the hips down. So 5 times only on each side. And later on, what we will do, we will extend the legs. Maybe in 4 weeks we can do that. And we will move the legs in that way. Hips down and just moving the legs. Okay, when it's done, just roll your hips. How did you feel this exercise? If you really push down your hips, both sides, then just you try to move that leg. You really need to use your glutes, what we need for the middle splits. Okay, let's do one more exercise. Okay, sit, please. Now, opening your legs, hands behind the body. So the ankles will remain at one place and we are just trying to push the hips forwards. So boobs up and pushing the hips, pushing the hips, pushing the hips forwards. Okay, and let's hold it for 30 seconds. So it will start in 3, 2, 1. If it's 2, yes. So at first just do it without any wall or anything. So you need to actively push your hips. Try not to lift your hips, just push, push, push. It's on the floor and slide forwards. Keep the heels at one point. Good, only 5 seconds left. Push your hips actively. And done. You can close your legs. Okay, close your legs, roll your knees a little bit. And let's do one more round of this. Okay, straddle. Hands behind the body, pushing your hips forwards, trying to avoid lifting your hips. So try to slide on the floor. Okay, so your bum should be you should slide on the floor and roll the belly button down to the floor and pushing. Okay, so let's do 30 seconds because that will kick us out soon. So 3, 2, 1, and start. Hopefully 1 more minute we can finish. Push, 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 push. Actively breathe. Push your hips to the front. Yes, push it, push it. And 15 seconds left. Try not to drop your shoulders forwards. Just your pelvis area is pushed forwards. And 5. Good. Now you can close your legs slowly, roll your knees from side to side. Be ready for being kicked out. Okay, close your legs, shake your arms a little bit. Okay, let's just have a quick shoulder stretch. And the other shoulder. Okay, so we don't need this. And again, a little bit. Then one leg is straight, other leg is crossed, a little bit pull your, twist your upper body. And switch side. Good. And again, move your body a little bit. Yes, good. Breathe in and out and in and stretch a bit. And thank you so much, ladies.